My 2 cents, motherfucker.
What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. So, I had no plans to make this video. Absolutely not. I had no plans to touch on the topic. Very little. I did a little bit in the Carnival Spirits every Saturday afternoon hangout. And I believe I did a little bit in my Fago Break live stream that I did last Friday night. As you can see, I still got lights set up and fucking camera and tripod. I was doing reviews today. The Black Rain, Dark Lotus Black Rain review, which is dropping tomorrow, and the ABK Hatchet Warrior review, which is dropping Friday. We just finished watching Star Wars Rogue One. I was using the bathroom while I was there. I was on Facebook, the Ninjas in Action group, and I see a post from Mr. Mackinhose about N9ne dissing ICP. So I click on it. I haven't watched his video yet, but I did click the link of a video that he put in the description of his video to a Stevie Stone song where apparently N9ne has a verse. And that verse, he fucking addresses some shit. And my jaw just dropped. Fucking dropped. I'm shocked to hear that fucking verse. For one, I mean, N9ne is known for addressing situations or instances, but he never really mentions names. And he's never that specific when he's talking about a situation of who he's talking about. And in that verse, there's no fucking mistaking who he's talking about. There's no fucking mistaking what he's talking about. And my jaw just dropped when I heard it because I was just shocked. But the thing is, when I watched that ICP interview and Jay got to talking about N9ne and mentioning that N9ne owes Juggalos more love, or that he doesn't show, he needs to show Juggalos love, I totally disagreed with that. I've been listening to Tech, and he's shown plenty of love in a lot of his music. I mean, Strangulation Volume 2, his last Collabos album, coincidentally, his newest one gets ready to drop in like 2 days. I should be getting mine hopefully tomorrow, if not Friday, Dominion. But in his last Collabos album, Strangulation Volume 2, the beginning, the very first song that he does, he ends it with, "Give me 3 ah-woos and 2 whoops." An obvious, shout out to Juggalos. He mentions Juggalos in all 6s and 7s, one of his biggest mainstream breakout albums. Yeah, it was in the bonus tracks, but in fans, he gave fucking love to Juggalos for giving him support. And even in the song Face Paint, he mentions Juggalos again there. In the first Strangulation collabos, he mentions Juggalos, and he mentions them in a positive light. He mentions the fact that he would love to go on tour with Eminem, but there'd be a lot of Juggalos at the show, more or less that it may not be a good thing. So he acknowledges the Juggalos are at his shows. So it's not like he's not acknowledging that. He's acknowledged the Juggalos have been a huge part of his success and are continuing to be a huge part of his success. So when Violent J said that in that interview, I totally disagreed. I've actually had the opposite feeling that Violent J did. Violent J didn't want Violent J didn't want props or credit for ICP. He wanted props for the Juggalos, and I'm quite the opposite. I want to see Tech give more props to ICP. Put them on a track, because he's had a few that have come out that, to me, he's claimed for a long time that he does songs because the beats make him think of a certain artist. And there's been a few of them for me that have felt like this is something ICP could easily be on. Easily. But he doesn't do it. I don't know why. I know sometimes their styles don't really mesh a whole lot, but I feel like he's had enough that he could have. I mean, I get it now off of The Storm. Perfect place. Perfect track to have ICP. They're the world's most hated band. They get it now. They've gotten it a long time ago, and it's in the Clowntown section of that album. So for me, that's what I feel. I feel like N9ne needs to show ICP a little more love than Juggalos, because he's embraced Juggalos for a long time. But this is basically my way of addressing that interview, because I know people have probably been wondering. I do a lot of my 2 cents videos on those kind of situations, and I didn't really touch on it because I did not agree with Violent J's statement and what he said. The whole face painting thing about N9ne painting I got another cold again. Sorry, guys. But the whole statement of N9ne painting his face because of Juggalos is not true. He's been doing face paint since before the Wicked Wonka tour. There's the bonus DVD of Absolute Power, which Absolute Power came out before he even did the song with Twisted, which he did the song with Twisted before he ever did the Wicked Wonka tour. But in DVD, the More Power DVD that came with Absolute Power, there's concert footage of him from the Angelic days wearing face paint. So for Jay to say that was totally fucking ignorant and in a lot of ways disrespectful. But there are things I think that he was kind of right to say. I mean, to completely dismiss Psychopathic Records as any kind of a blueprint, because obviously I think there was influence. I mean, Travis O'Guin had an interview where he stated that he was watching all the other underground labels and, you know, just taking notes of what they were doing. So obviously there's a minor blueprint of Psychopathic Records in Strange Music. So I agree with Violent J in that aspect, but the whole not showing Juggalos love, absolutely not. The face painting deal, absolutely not. Yeah, it's a messed up situation, and Tech fucking addresses it. Do I think it was a diss? I don't think it was a diss. He said some pretty harsh words in his verse, but I don't take it as a total diss. He was responding to a situation like he tends to do, but he addressed it fucking head on, mentioning names, mentioning the situations, and my jaw just dropped. I don't think it was necessarily a diss, but there was some jabs taken, because I mean he's probably pissed off at this situation, and I would be too if I was in that situation. But anyway, wanted to do this video real quick because I figured people would be asking me and hitting me up. Now I'm going to go edit the Black Rain review, which will go up tomorrow at noon. And then I don't know if I'll do Hatchet Warrior. I don't even know why I'm mentioning the fucking editing process. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Link in the description to go watch the Stevie Stone or listen to the Stevie Stone track featuring that verse from N9ne.